let's get across. I had a conversation with Kishor Patil. Let's hear out what he has to say about deal wins, geographical expansion, and more.
So I think there are two, three things. First is we are very, as you know, the business model is working closely with the client. So we understand the pain the client has, what are the real issues they are facing. It is not only generally only about the cost, but certain issues in terms of their competitive pressure, what they have. The one important factor about KPIT as compared to any company, I can tell you, is the most spread out revenue portfolio across the regions, whether it is US, Europe, and Asia. It's a very well spread. So what happens is, in case there is some pressure somewhere in a quarter or two, we are in a position to really generally get over it because of our presence in the other parts of the world. And basically that has helped us. I think, as you can see, the Asia has really grown significantly in last 2 quarters, and that has really helped us. And this quarter, actually, again, it is driven by Asia. It is driven by actually propulsion and connected services area. So actually, that's what has helped us in terms of the revenue side. On the margin side, we have been saying that actually over the last 1 year, actually if you look at last 3 years, we have increased our revenue per person and contribution per person consistently. And that really gave us the confidence, and specifically the revenue mix, both in terms of areas where we could get the better license or platform sales. Also, the offshoring helped us in increasing the margin. I think that's what basically gave us that confidence on the revenue and margin side. The last, but absolutely very important, you can see that reflected into very strong cash flows during the quarter. And the deal wins. The deal wins, basically, if you look at 236 million, one of the strongest in this quarter, that gave us that confidence to talk about the overall year and increase the guidance on the profit margin.
The interesting part about deal wins, Mr. Patil, is that while Asia has done well for you, the deal wins, I believe, includes European OEMs as well. The larger belief is that European OEMs are struggling, and yes, China's market share has gone up per se in the world, and therefore, the belief is that because they are struggling a bit, their purse strings would not be loose. In fact, they might tighten that. I would love to know what is that side of the equation shaping up for you, because you have a strong presence with some of the top customers there.
Yes, absolutely. And I think there are 2, 3 at a high level, I may just say. One is the kind of offerings we bring in are absolutely relevant to the client at that point of time. So that is very important every year, every time. I mean, we just had a very good CES in US. And we bring in the offerings which are relevant to the client for the next year. And that way of presenting and giving those, solving their problems, solutions, giving them the solutions, that helps us. And that has helped us absolutely. The second thing we believe is our share of wallet is very, I mean, it can be more than doubled over the period. I'm not saying in a year or two,
yeah, sure.
But over the period. So that actually means that in case we come up with a value proposition, in case we deliver a better value to the client, there is an opportunity for us to grow.
Wow. Mr. Patil, here's an ER&D player, Autofocus, telling me that while the sector may have its idiosyncratic issues, but because these are large companies, you can actually grow your revenue per customer over the course of the next few years from where it is right now, which leads me to kind of ask you a question about you likely not being very perturbed about growth rates, not just for Q4, but presumably for the next couple of years as well. We know the long term is good. The next couple of years is where the people had question marks. I know you will give your formal guidance at the end of the year, but I'm just trying to get a sense that you're not too perturbed about growth rates.
See, as a philosophy, when we decided to focus on automotive and mobility, basically we thought basically there are in automotive world there are 2-3 factors I would like to lay down. One factor we thought is if we really become the true leader in terms of value to the client and the relationship, uh, then we will grow when they are growing the revenues, right? They are increasing their spend, absolutely. If they are not increasing their spend or cutting on that, we'll get a higher share if we bring a better value to the client. The third big thing, which is actually more interesting right now in the automotive, is they are reducing the conventional spend and increasing the new tech spend, which is the sweet spot for KPIT. And that's one part which we would like to do. We understand the markets are not really the best, and as you can say, it's a bit of a lean period. But what we believe is there are opportunities. We have also expanded in terms of off-highway commercial, our presence. We believe that there are, again, as I said, new tech spend which OEMs will do. So overall, we believe there are good conversations. I cannot say exactly how the growth will be, etc. But I can only say that our pipeline has grown substantially in the last few quarters.
So good to know. I mean, your comments around how new relationships are being built with truck makers as well. You're adopting this in China and rest of Europe outside Germany, and all of that is maybe not newer areas, but developing areas or adjacencies, if you will, in the geographies that you were present in. Just one last maybe couple of questions. Is this whole thing around skilling? So now I know the people issues are a thing of the past, but the new issue that seems to come up is what AI can potentially do to businesses and to manpower-focused businesses. Any thoughts here, Mr. Patil, about whether this disrupts the business, enhances the business, or can you actually improve per employee productivity as a result of using AI skillfully in your business offerings to your clients?
Undoubtedly, and I mean, as I mentioned, last 3 years we have increased our productivity per person significantly.
Right.
In last 3 years, you can see consistently. So we believe AI will be a great, again, a great technology for us, which we are adopting wholeheartedly. All the three things we are doing. One is how we run our business, every part of our business. How do we do the software development and integration? And the third is how we bring us a differentiated value proposition to the client. We are bringing in all the three areas, the AI part, and we are very focused. We believe it will improve it will certainly improve the productivity for us.